Jaina Agama Gyan.
नमो अर्हंताणं नमो सिद्धाणं नमो आयर्याणं नमो उवज्जयाणं नमो लोये सपसहूणम्
15 forbidden occupations are Angara Karman, profession involving use of fire. This is the making, buying, and selling of charcoal, oil, and all kinds of fuel. Prohibits smelting of iron, the firing of pottery, the refining of gold or silver, the making of bricks and tiles, the construction of ovens for roasting chickpeas and other pulses, and in general any working in metals such as tin, copper, brass, bell metal or lead, brick kilns, running factories for making soap and oil and for making matchboxes and crackers, and engaging in industries to make alkalis like washing soda and ashes. Vanakarman, profession involving forest products, includes the purchase, sale of forest products, timber cut or uncut, and of the leaves, shoots, and fruits of plants, whether cut or uncut. It also applies to the making of flour from grains and pulses by grinding between two stones or by pounding in a mill. It is in the destruction of Vanaspati Kayas. Shaktak Karman, profession involving vehicles. This includes the construction and sale of carts to be drawn by animals and the driving of them, whether done by oneself or one's instigation. Prohibited are the occupations that involve tangas, motor vehicles, buses, taxis, rickshaws. Such trades are sinful because of the use of a cart involves the harshening and beating of the draughts beasts and the crushing of living organisms by the animals' hooves and under the wheels as they move. Bhakta Karman, professional of transportation, includes making a livelihood by carting goods in vehicles or on horses, oxen, buffaloes, camels, mules, or donkeys. The same destruction of life as in the preceding case would be liable to occur. Pohota Karman, profession involving hewing and digging, includes the excavating of artificial pools, tanks and wells, the plowing of fields, the quarrying of rocks, and the shaping of stone, making wells, tunnels, particularly in the work cultivation of earth, is mercilessly torn up, and not only are Prithvikayas destroyed but also Vanaspatikayas and Prasakjivas. Also included is the making and selling of fireworks. Danta Vanijya, profession involving animal parts, involves bargaining for ivory with the jungle tribes, who then hunt and kill elephants on the understanding that the dealers will come back and purchase it from them. They also make similar arrangements with fishermen for conch shells by buying products that obtain from the slaughter of living beings. They are directly provoking, and that slaughter of living beings includes all animal byproducts such as the tail hairs of yaks, claws of owls, bones and shells of conches, pelts of antelopes and down of geese, and the scent glands of musk deer. Laksha Vanijya, profession involving chemical substances, includes red arsenic, Manahacilam, indigo, borax, dhartaki, and other substances which have in common the property of serving as dyestuffs or colorants. Red arsenic and borax as poisons. The collection of red lac involves the destruction of endless numbers of tiny insects. Dhataki is reprehended because alcohol can be made from its bark and flowers, and because its resin is full of insects, and cultivation of indigo is said to be inseparable from the destruction of living beings. Also included are engaging in industries for making soap and other detergents. Rasa Vanijya, profession involving active liquids, includes the manufacture, sale and consumption of alcohol, honey, fat obtained from meat, butter, meat, milk, curds and ghee. Kesa Vanijya, profession involving human beings and animals, includes the buying and selling of slave girls and animals. Visha Vanijya, profession involving poisons. This implies a ban on trade in all poisons and weapons that are potentially dangerous to life. Yantra Pidana, profession involving mills and heavy use of machinery. Prohibited are operation of mills and presses for crushing sugarcane and for extracting oil from seeds, nuts and vegetables. Also included are business of such articles as grindstones, pestles and mortars. Nirlachana, profession involving cutting parts of animals, includes the gelding of bulls and other animals, also includes the branding, docking, nose piercing and cutting of the ears and delaps of livestock. Devagni Dana, profession involving destruction, includes the work of setting up fire and demolition. Saraha Shoshana, profession involving heavy use of water. This is explained as heavy drawing of the water from lakes, tanks and various water sources so that they get dried up, killing the living beings living in there. Ashati Poshana, profession involving breeding and rearing. Running brothel houses also includes are the breeding and keeping of destruction animals and birds such as parrots, mynas, peacocks, cocks, cats, dogs and monkeys, and hunting or using animals for entertainment purpose. The acceptable professions are Vanijya, trade, Vidya, practice of medicine, chemistry, mathematics, Krasi, agriculture, Shilpa, artisan crafts, Pashupalaya, raising animals, Seva, service of a ruler, and Bhiksha, mendicancy.
यदक्षरपदभ्रष्टं मात्राहीनं च यद्भवेत् तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतां देव महावीर नमोऽस्तु ते.
Jaina Agama Gyan.
नमो अर्हन्ताणं नमो सिद्धाणं नमो आयर्याणं नमो उवज्जयाणं नमो लोये सवसहूणम्.
Shravak Pratimas. Shikshavrata. Shikshavratas establish the spiritual activities that are practiced periodically. Desa Vakasika. This vrata is similar to Diggavrata but has stricter limits. In olden days, the serpent's poisonous eye could kill beings at the radius of 12 yojanas, but later a skilled magician cut down its range to 1 yojana. Similarly, the householder should cut down his activities and reduce the danger caused by him to other living beings by putting narrow limits on his movement. The householder elects to stay in a narrow area, in a room or in a house or closely for a day or two, cuts down worldly activities, observes silence as much as possible, and spends his time spiritually. This purifies his mind, confines his activities, and observes absolute ahimsa for the time. Atichar, violation, sending for someone who is from beyond the fixed limit, sending someone out beyond the limit, suggesting his ideas through coughing or other such gestures, revealing thoughts by signals and peeping out, revealing one's presence by throwing tones. Samayika, 48 minutes of meditation for oneness and equanimity. Samayika generally means engaging oneself in the attainment of equanimity or tranquility of mind. Samaya is the process of becoming one with own self, Atma, the process of giving up material activities of body, mind and speech for the duration. Samayika is a positive way of submerging the activities of one's body, mind and speech in the spiritual harmony. Sama is the state of freedom from attachment and aversion, ragadvesha. Therefore, Samayika is the practice for accomplishing the state of freedom from attachment and aversion. Samayika should be performed with a cheerful heart in an undisturbed solitude in forests, temples and houses. Samayika is the cause of perfection in the observance of the 5 O's, and it should be practiced daily according to the prescribed method with a resolute mind and casting off laziness. During the period of practice of the Samayika, all kinds of attachment and undertaking are absent, and therefore the householder then assumes the state of asceticism and thus looks like an ascetic yati sadhu on whom a piece of cloth has been thrown. Those who intend to perfect themselves in the Samayika vow should calmly bear the hardships of cold, heat, mosquito bite, insect stings and other troubles, maintaining perfect silence and control over the activities of body, mind and speech. They should also meditate upon the transitory nature of the world, the true nature of the self and liberation. As regards to time, place, posture, for the Samayika, the minimum time prescribed is 1 muhurta, 48 minutes, twice or thrice or even more times a day, which is beneficial. The place could be a forest, a temple, a house or a hall for fasting. The posture could be Padmasana, Yankasana, seated or standing, Patsyosarga. For strengthening the daily practice of the Samayak discipline, one should observe fast twice each fortnight and 8th and 14th day of each lunar fortnight. Atichar, violation. Entertaining wicked thoughts and to keep thinking of the pros and cons of things so as to disturb the mind, misdirect of mind. Uttering lies, disagreeable words and improper words, misdirection of speech. Performing bodily actions that are inauspicious, improper and undesirable, misdirection of body. Taking a vow for Samayak and forgetting it, lack of interest. Taking the Samayak not according to prescription, forgetting required formalities. Posadho Pavasa. The Prakrit term Poshaha means the Parva, the 8th and the 14th day of the lunar fortnight, and Pasodho Pashava means the fast on the Parva day. The place for observance of the fast could be one's home, forest, temple, monastery, or the Prasodha Shala, hall for the Prasodha. One should pass the day submerged in virtuous contemplation, perform few Samayikas, study of his scriptural works, engage himself in the adoration of the Jina, do meditation and perform similar spiritual acts. Basically, he spends a day as if he is a sadhu and spiritually observes a 24-hour Samayika. This way he frees himself from all harmful activities and observes the equanimity and the vow of ahimsa thoroughly. 4 categories of application of the prasodha, which could be partial or complete in each case, in respect of food, in respect of bodily care, in respect of celibacy, and in respect of worldly occupations or activities. Atichara, acceptance of articles of adoration or worship without examining and handling them carefully, placing objects or spreading his body on the ground without scrutinizing it, not carefully and thoroughly examining the place where he moves around, showing no interest or enthusiasm in the observance of the Paushada, not taking the Paushad according to prescriptions or taking it late and contemplating it in a hurry and reducing the time. Samayika and Prashodpasava are ancient activities since the time prior to before Mahaviras.
यदक्षरपदभ्रष्टं मात्राहीनं च यद्भवेत् तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतां देव महावीर नमोऽस्तु ते।
Jaina Agama Gyan.
नमो अर्हन्ताणं नमो सिद्धाणं नमो आयर्याणं नमो उवज्जयाणं नमो लोये सपसहूणम्।
Dana Yata Samvibhag or Atithi Samvibhag Vrat. Giving to those only who are worthy of receiving dana and are in true need of it. The way is to give food, water and other such things necessary for existence to sadhus and sadhvis, shravaks and shravakas, and to follow Jain according to one's ability and means with a feeling of selflessness and with love and respect. Though generally known as dana, this vow is also designated as Atithi Samvibhaga, sharing with the Atithi. Here the word Atithi carries a special Jain meaning, the ascetic or sadhu. This vow holds a significant position in the Jain doctrine and in the Jain social organization, the Jain Sangha. Giving dana is a good karma, punya, for the giver and helps ascetics or sadhus to lead their religious life and protect, interpret and transmit the religion. Dana is one of the householder's 6 duties to be carried out daily, that are dana, charity, puja, adoration, swadhyaya, samaya, practice of partial vows, honest livelihood and tapa, fasting. Atithi Samvibhaga, this vrata, is divided into the following 5 aspects: the recipient, the giver, the object to be given, the manner of giving and the fruit of giving. The recipients are of 3 kinds. The best recipient, the Jain ascetic, equipped with all oaths and self-restraint. The mediocre recipient, the Jain Shravaka, who has right faith and has taken partial oaths. And the least satisfactory recipient, the one on the Shravaka's path and has acquired the right path and right faith. It should be extended to the young and old, the blind, the dumb and the deaf, and also the diseased and wanderers from other lands, treating it as Karunadana, the gift of compassion. There are also 2 kinds of unfit or unsuitable recipients: a poor or unqualified recipient, a righteous person devoid of right belief; a wrong recipient, a person devoid of right faith, other oaths and virtuous life. There are 7 qualities of giver of gift: faith, devotion, contentment, energy and zeal, capacity for discrimination, lack of greed or self-interest, and forbearance. The objects to be given are of 4 kinds: food, medicine, knowledge, including books, and shelter to living beings with fear of injury or death. The 4th one is called Abhaya Dana, which is the best dana. One should also include the practice of the Chaturvidha Dana, donation for Jain fourfold organization. This type of dana has played a significant role in the glorious history of Jainism. The manner of giving dana consists of the 9 elements: reception, offering a high seat, respectfully washing the feet, adoration, obedience, purity of mind, purity of speech, purity of body, and purity of food. Regarding the fruits of dana, giving alms with devotion to ascetic wives, away the karma bound due to the activities of household life, just as water washes away blood. The lobha, greed, which is a form of himsa is overcome by dana. Should also give dana for Jina images, Jina temples and Jain scriptures in addition to sadhus, sadhvis, shravaks and shravikas. Atichar, violation. Placing food on a sentient thing like the green leaf, mixing food with sentient things, covering food with a sentient thing, covering the food with sentient thing, delegation of host duties to others, or saying something like this food belongs to somebody else, or one does not like to give. Lack of respect in giving or being envious of another donor, not giving at the proper time, all Mola gunas, 5 anuvratas, 3 gunavratas and 2 sikhavratas are practiced daily, while remaining 2 sikhavratas are practiced occasionally. Sammelekhan vrata. Sammelekhan vrata, voluntary vrata, fasting and meditation during the last days of the life. This vrata is observed willingly by the householder when his death is imminent. This vrata helps one to peacefully abandon the present body. The abandonment of the body on being confronted with unavoidable calamity, famine, sensibility and disease for the sustenance of religious spiritual practices is regarded as samlekhana. It is also called the death with equanimity. Samlekhana means emanciation, which is twofold. Kaksha samlekhana, emancipation of passions to be accomplished by internal austerities. Tapa, like subduing anger by forgiveness. And sarira samlekhana, emancipation of body to be accomplished by external austerities. Tapa, like fasting. Samalekhana vrata is thus a spiritual process of emancipating one's passion and body by internal and external austerity. It involves giving up love, enmity, attachment to possessions and with pure mind, forgiving one's kinsmen and others, and asking for forgiveness. Casting aside grief, fear, anguish, wickedness with all sincerity and zeal, one should allay the innermost passions by spiritual words. Reflecting on the sins committed in the 3 ways, one should adopt the Mahavrata for the rest of the life. One should give up first solid food, then milk, then water, and in end observe the fast with all determination and fixing the mind on Namokara mantra. Thus he peacefully abandons the body. This vrata is not a suicide. It shows the art of dying when the death is imminent. Birth and death are 2 significant points of rest on the course of the journey of life. If life is an art, then the death also is not a lesser art. Those who know the art of living are ignorant of the art of death. They permanently leave polluted atmosphere behind them. Atichara, violation. Desire to prolong life, desire to die soon, attachment to friends, remembrance of past enjoyment, desire for pleasure in the next life. Samya Kaya Pratima, Pasoda Pratima. Samkaya Pratima is same as Samayaka mentioned under Shikshavrata. Pasoda Pratima is same as Pasodatva mentioned under Shikshavrata. Sachita Yagya Pratima involves giving up all forms of green leaves and shoots, roots and tubers, use boiling water and living mainly on dry food and beans. Ratri Bhakta Pratima, Kayostha Sarga Pratima, keeping sexual activities to minimum and only at night time. No bath and no eating after sunset. Use of unfolded dhoti at night time. Brahmacharya Pratima. Absolute celibacy is observed, no physical contact with opposite sex, does not wear tailored clothes, stops use of soap, makeup and jewelry. Arambha Yatya Yaga Pratima. stops money earning activities including injury causing activities. Parigraha Patya Pratima gives up all his her belongings, assets, money to own children or others. Anumati Yagya Pratima stops giving advice in family matters. Shraman Bhuta Pratima lives a life of a mendicant. After this Pratima, he or she is ready to step into sixth stage of Gunasthana, Sarva Virata, to become sadhu. Samlekhana, fasting and meditation during the last days of the life.
यदक्षरपदभ्रष्टं मात्राहीनं च यद्भवेत् तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतां देव महावीर नमोऽस्तु।
जैन आगमा ज्ञान।
नमो अर्हन्ताणं नमो सिद्धाणं नमो आयर्याणं नमो उवज्जयाणं नमो लोये सपसहूणम्।
Dinacharya, daily duty of Shravaka. Recites the Namokara mantra after waking up. Contemplates, who am I? What are my woes? What is my dharma? After defecation, tooth cleaning, tongue scraping, mouth rinsing and bathing, he is in a state of cleanliness, of virtual purity. Now he performs Dravya Puja and Bhava Puja to the Jina image in the chapel of his own home. Before engaging in this act of worship, he should, if possible, perform the 6 avashyakas. The adoration of the Jina is then repeated in the form of puja and chaitya vandana in the temple. The devotee then seeks out the religious teachers and, repeating the pratyakshana before them, listens to their exposition of the scriptures. When he returns from his place of business, he is to carry out the noon puja, and after providing alms for any monks who may require to be fed, he is to take his midday meal, eating in moderation. He will then affirm the pratyakshana and meditate on the meaning of the scriptures. At the close of the afternoon, he performs the evening puja and the 6 avakshakas. He is then to engage in swadhyaya and, if necessary, to minister to the needs of the ascetics, yati vishramana. Finally, he will go home and, after giving religious instruction to his household, lie down to sleep. Sleep like food is to be indulged in with moderation. If possible, he should abstain from sexual intercourses, and to this end he should, during intervals of sleep, direct his mind to meditation on the impurity of the human body and to emulation of those who have renounced the world. Before going to sleep, he recites the Namokara mantra. Necessary duties, 6 avashyakas. The 6 daily avashyakas or necessary duties are Samavika, this is the subject of a vrata and a pratima. Chaturvimsha Sati, Stava, praise of the 24 jinas, this is comprised in the Chaitya Vandana. Vandanaka, worship, generally restricted to the ritual expression of respect to a monk. Pratikramana, the recitation of the formula of confection of past faults. Pratikshana, the recitation of formula for the forfending of future faults, generally expressed in the form of abstinence from food and drink and comfort. Kayosthargam, the abandonment of the body for a limited time. Some acharyas indicate 6 daily karmas to be performed by the householder as follows. Puja, which in fact covers the Samayika, Chaturvimsati, Stava and Vandanaka. Varta, the exercise of an honest livelihood. Dana, alms giving, this is also the subject of a vrata. Swadhyaya, study of the scriptures. Samayama, the carrying out of the 5 anuvratas with complete self-discipline. Tapas, which includes pratikramana, pratikaya and kayostharga. That is the morality versus spirituality. List of my partial oaths. I take the following oaths that I will not violate them knowingly. And as long as I can control the circumstances and I am healthy, oaths may be violated if I am under medical treatment or under unusual circumstances. I will not eat meat. I will not eat eggs. I will not consume any alcohol beverages. I will not smoke, chew tobaccos or do drugs. I will recite 5 Navakara mantras after I get up and before I go to sleep. I will recite at least 1 Navakara mantra before starting to eat. I will recite at least 1 Navakara mantra after I get inside the car. I will not drink coffee. I will not drink tea. I will not drink any kind of soda. I will not eat after 8 p.m. at least 4 days a week. I will not eat ice cream at least 4 days a week. I will not eat restaurant food more than 3 times a week. I will not eat potatoes, onions, garlic, carrots and other roots for at least 4 days a week. I will study Jain Dharma at least 2 hours a month, or I will attend Swadhyaya classes. I will memorize Navakara mantra, Chattari Mangalam Sutra and Arahanto Mangalam. I will memorize Logasa Sutra, Harati and Diva. I will memorize Uvaswargrama Sutra. I will memorize Japyo Choshya Jinvar Nama, Samaro Mantro Bhalo Navakar and Maitri Bhavanu Pavitra Jaranu. I will do at least 1 Ekasanu, 1 meal a day a month. I will not wear any silk products. I will not eat more than 7 items during any meal. I will ask for forgiveness when it is my fault completely or partially. I will donate at least some money to. I will also maximize recycling efforts and minimize the waste. A period could be few months to 1 year or even lifetime. For the first timers, it is suggested to take oaths for few months to 1 year. After practice of 1 year or so, you may want to take certain oaths for lifetime. Eat less, move more.
यदक्षरपदभ्रष्टं मात्राहीनं च यद्भवेत् तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतां देव महावीर नमोऽस्तु ते।
Jaina Agama Gyan.
नमो अर्हन्ताणं नमो सिद्धाणं नमो आयर्याणं नमो उवज्जयाणं नमो लोये सपसहूणम्।
Kudeva, false god. The false god is he who possesses such demerits as attachments, hatred, desire, anger, miserliness, ridiculing, propensity, fear, ignorance. Kuguru, false teacher, is he who does not practice 5 great oaths, non-violence, truthfulness, non-stealing, celibacy and non-possessiveness, who keeps with him wealth and women, makes others to keep them, approves such actions, who uses and touches unboiled water, fire and vegetation, who cooks food, who asks specifically for the food to be cooked for him, and who approves the cooking of food. Such a person is a false spiritual head. Kudharma, false religion. The false dharma is that which is devoid of a Samyog darshan, the right faith, Samyog jnana, the right knowledge, and Samyog charitra, the right character or conduct, which does not explain the real nature of jiva and ajiva, and which deems it right to enjoy sensual pleasure, to have passions and to commit sins. Having faith in such false God, false spiritual head and false dharma, having partiality for them and interest in them, constitute the false belief or mithyatva. The 5 kinds of Mityatva. Absolutist or fanatic false faith. This belief involves one-sided attitude, one-sided view, sticking to a false belief like there is no soul, no karma, or killing inferior living beings is acceptable. This means having fanatic faith and interest in a false dharma, believing fanatically that his or her dharma alone is right and does not accept the true dharma expounded by the omniscient ones. Such person may not know what is right belief. Perverse or prejudicial faith. This involves intentionally sticking to a wrong belief or not accepting the right belief. For example, monks can have money, monks can have women. God will be pleased if I sacrifice certain things. This also includes that one may have attained the right dharma, but he or she may not believe in some of its doctrines, and many may have prejudicial partiality and believe in contrary doctrines. Samyak Mitatva skepticism. Doubting or being skeptical about the dharma expounded by the omniscient one. This person just cannot decide what is right and what is wrong. Egalitarian faith in false dharma. In this case, he may believe that this belief is right, and then she or he will change his or her mind that that belief is right. He may believe that all religions are true even though they are contradicting. He or she has a non-discriminating attitude. He or she thinks all religions are equal and acceptable. Agnostic, total ignorance, lack of knowledge. In this state, one cannot distinguish between the right doctrine and false doctrine and cannot have any knowledge or understanding of them. In this state, he or she does not know that living beings with less than 5 senses and with 5 senses but without mind have an equal soul as we have. False belief is the greatest enemy of the soul. Because of the Mityatva, one has no faith in tattvas, basic elements of dharma, the path of moksha, tirthankaras, true spiritual heads, and true dharma, and such person will involve in the sinful activities like violence and in the sensual pleasures. As a result of this, person goes far away from the true dharma. All the sacrifices and austerities carried out through various lives become wasted because of his or her ongoing sinful activities and sensual enjoyment. We should discard Mityatva, which is the basic cause for our misery, and we should embrace true God, true teacher, and true religion, that is dharma. Samyaktva, right belief. After entering the last Pudgal Paravartan Kal, it takes the Jiva about a half Pudgal Paravartan Kal before he develops the right belief. It is extremely difficult to develop the right belief. So we should have trust and indications that desire to listen to the preaching of non-possessiveness and non-aversion, strong faith in the path of non-possessiveness and non-aversion, auspicious respect and service to Tirthankaras and right Guru. How the trust works. We know how we use it to the domain and the trust only helps us to find our right belief.
यदक्षरपदभ्रष्टं मात्राहीनं च यद्भवेत् तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतां देव महावीर नमोऽस्तु ते.
Jaina Agama Gyan.
नमो अर्हन्ताणं नमो सिद्धाणं नमो आयर्याणं नमो उवज्जयाणं नमो लोये सपसहूणम्.
Satya. Lying is due to some form of passions. Therefore, all lying are prohibited unless the truth results into greater himsa. Spreading unkind rumors, character assassination, misguiding, deliberately forgery, causing thoughtless defamation, using harsh language are prohibited. Honesty of Jain businessmen was and is famous, so is their wealth. One time more than 50% of the memory transaction pass through their hand. The main reason of their success is due to the practice of the partial oaths. Like poverty, it is difficult to define truth, though its nature can be described and understood. The words that inflict injury to living beings is falsehood. One should not utter untruth out of attachment or hatred, and even truth if it causes destruction of a living being. Satyanuvrata is abstinence from harmful, rough, cruel, or secret revealing speech and the use of harmless, balanced language that gives satisfaction to all the living beings, and that which also expresses the teachings of Tirthankaras. Any statement made through pramada yoga, careless activity of body, mind, or speech, is falsehood. The falsehood is of four kinds: denying the existence of a thing with reference to its position, time, and nature when it actually exists; ascertaining the existence of a thing with reference to its position, time, and place when it does not exist at all; representation of an existing thing as something different from what it really is when a speech is ordinarily condemnable, sinful, or disagreeable. Backbiting, harsh, unbecoming, nonsensical, or unethical speech is condemnable. That kind of speech which provokes another to engage himself in piercing, cutting, beating, or which is likely to lead to destruction of life is sinful, and speech causing uneasiness, pain, hostility, misery, or anguish is prohibited. Atichar, violations, false preaching or advice, disclosing secrets, forgery, breach of trust, divulging interferences drawn from behavior or gestures, achauri, sthula, not to take that is not given, that is not earned legitimately, or that is not inherited. Stealing is due to the presence of greed, lobha, and causes himsa. Includes the maintenance of quality, not buying stolen goods, not cheating on taxes, divulging confidences. Includes not telling someone else's secret to others. The person who steals causes pain to one whom he deprives of the objects, and such deprivation may bring inconvenience, trouble, and even death. Seizing the property of another is like depriving him from his vitalities, for all objects belonging to one are his external vitalities. Hence, theft includes himsa too. Taking with intent to steal objects, even of such things as grass, which are in the possession of others, is stealing. Stealing is what is not granted by its owner, what is not granted by a living creature, what is not granted by the Tirthankaras, and what is not given to the monks. Atichara, instigating another to commit theft, receiving stolen property, breaking the government rules relating to customs, taxes, and imports and exports, using false weights and measures and wrong balances, adulteration of commodities. Brahmavirati, faithful to own spouse, no illicit sexual activities, must view of all other women as sister or mother, no matchmaking except for own children, sexual Activities involve passion, involve slaughter of many nigodas. Do not talk to or look at a person of opposite sex with lust. 5 rules to a relationship is: stay faithful, make them feel wanted, respect your partner, don't flirt with others, make time. Cheating is easy, try something more challenging like being faithful. Atichar, violations: having sexual intimacy with unmarried men and women and widows, keeping a mistress or going to a prostitute, gossiping about sex or making sexually provocative gestures, leaving one's own children and celebrating the marriages of others, wearing indecent dresses and decorations and taking intoxicating things. How faithful is your relationship is always a concern. Aparigraha. Parigraha never excludes himsa. Greed is the root cause. For the householder, absolute renunciation of parigraha is not possible. He should have limitations to its acquisition, possession and protection. Involves setting limits to how much to accumulate. Own external passions. External parigraha is of 2 kinds: Satchita, animate, and Achita, inanimate, which are further divided into 10 kinds. Kshetra, land or fields; Vastu, houses; Hiranya, gold coins; Suvarna, gold; Dhana, heads of cattle; Dhanya, grains; Dasi, maid servant; Dasa, male servant; Kupya, clothes; Sayasana, beds and furniture. Involves control of 4 kshaya and 9 kakshaya. Internal passions: 14 internal parigrahas: Mithyatva, false belief; Krodha, anger; Mana, pride; Maya, deceit; Lobha, greed; Hasya, laughter for joke or out of content; Rati, pleasure; Arati, dejection; Bhaya, fear; Shoka, sorrow; Jugupsa, disgust; Pumiveda, male sex urge; Striveda, female sex urge; Napushakaveda, Androgya, sex urge. Involves doing business at a reasonable profit. Possession of external things is not possible without internal attachment. Hence, both the internal attachment and the possession of external objects come within the fold of parigraha. Atichara, violation: keeping more money than the limit determined by the oath; possessing lands, houses beyond the need; possessing gold, silver, ornaments more than necessary; keeping excess of domestic articles and provisions; keeping servants, workers and domestic animals and birds beyond the determined limit.
यदक्षरपदभ्रष्टं मात्राहीनं च यद्भवेत् तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतां देव महावीर नमोऽस्तुते।